sicko.
Yep. They'll figure it out. Sorry. We kind of start off kind of weird.
It's a weird day. We're not used to doing it on Sundays, but I
No.
really wanted to do the case today.
She did. And I want to do it so I can, after we're done, go lay down.
Yeah. But we will, there's something, it's an interesting case that we're going to discuss. We're discussing the Lindsay Clancy case.
You know what we should do?
Huh.
I have a microphone somewhere. If not, I'll buy one that we can plug in on whatever side.
Uh-huh.
And then have a mic-y.
In between.
Yeah, because normally we do this from my phone. I mute. Okay.
Yeah, if we go up on viewer count, that means it's us.
We going up.
Oh, there it went up.
It went up, yeah, man.
Nope, that's because Debbie.
It's a mom.
Okay, so let me turn this down because I'll get distracted. So
Very distracted.
how many of you do you remember the Karen Reed case? Karen Reed case was where the lady, it was in Massachusetts.
Uh-huh.
Is
that glare bothering anybody? I mean, it's not bothering me. I'm okay with it. Just
the Karen Reed case was a case that happened in Massachusetts where a police officer was going to a party, and a police officer got killed.
Right.
He was off duty.
And then she said duty.
Police then investigate the crime, and they say,
I'll live stream at Disneyland.
So the police are investigating the murder, and then they go, oh, it was definitely his girlfriend who killed him.
Yeah.
She backed up her truck into him, and then she drove off, and he was stuck in the snow.
Right.
And he died in the snow.
Oh.
Yes.
That one. Okay. See.
Yes. And it was literally 4 days later, after it actually snowed, that they found the glass from her car to prove that she had hit him at that point.
Yes.
The glass was on top of the snow after it had snowed, after he was killed.
Yes. Okay, I remember that.
Weird.
See, right when you mentioned the stupidest things that she can mention in a dang case that I forget about, and she will mention one thing, and she's like, the snow. Okay, I know that one.
Yeah. So police actually found that she was not guilty of the murder. When she went to trial.
Right.
But mind you, this is in Massachusetts. There is an issue seemingly now with this also case.
Yeah.
Because police did not really investigate the crime. They had one suspect in mind for this case.
Yeah.
And they did not deviate from the suspect. Even though they should have deviated from the suspect.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. If somebody is in a psychotic state, right?
Right.
You cannot take what they say at face value.
Yeah.
Even if they admit to a crime, you cannot take what they say at face value because they're in a psychotic episode.
Right.
And psychotic episodes, you could tell somebody who's in a psychotic episode, you just stabbed a guy. And most likely the person in a psychotic episode is going to go, yeah, I stabbed a guy.
Right.
What you tell them, they believe.
Sorry, I was letting our moderator know that we're live.
What you tell them, they believe. So it's like this case, from the get-go, they believed it was Lindsay Clancy. They didn't really look at any other person.
Now, Lindsay Clancy, husband and wife?
Lindsay and Clancy were husband and wife.
Okay.
They got divorced after she was arrested.
Okay.
And he started dating someone 4 months later, and he moved to New York.
Dude, I have a feeling you had to find out this whole damn time if you're
it's a little
relationship.
Weird. You move to New York and you start dating someone. Also, the lady he's dating looks exactly like her.
You freak.
Oh, and he married her in 2026. He married her this year.
What, you weirdo.
And they look exactly alike.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, we grieve differently, but I'm pretty sure marrying someone who looks like the woman who supposedly killed your kids.
You got it. Norman Bates. Come on, dude.
It's weird. So we're first going to give a little bit of a summary.
Come on now. That's just
It's a
creepy. That's an ick feeling.
yeah, it is an ick
feeling that you sit here, you divorce after she got arrested,
and she's paraplegic now.
and paraplegic, and then you turn around and 4 months later are dating someone. How long have you been seeing this person before you actually start dating her 4 months later? How many trips to New York did you take?
He did take a couple of trips to New York before the murder happened. Yeah, so he did take a couple of trips to New York before the murder happened.
Yeah, so see, come on now. Yeah. I want to hear this because I want to get my
Also, I will say this. So I found this out. He got $1.7 million in GoFundMe money.
What are you doing? Yeah, it's okay. You're talking about suspicious. What we're talking about?
All the cats are just sitting
All
there.
The cats are underneath the table.
They're playing with something.
Hold on. Nope. You brought that down there. What are you doing? Can you? Okay, you know what? This is what I hear myself when I say, "What are you doing?" I sound like Leroy. I keep picking up little things that Leroy does, and I notice, and I'll start laughing. I was like, "Oh my god, I am my brother." In female form.
So Patrick Clancy got $1.7 million in a GoFundMe after the murder.
He did?
Yes. He did. He sold their home. And he is in the middle of suing the hospital and all the doctors who treated his wife. Now, I have a problem with that. Because we're going to discuss why I have such a problem with it.
I think I'm going to have a problem with it too.
So, there's not a lot of background. A lot of people, so Patrick Clancy is the husband. Lindsay Clancy is the wife. They had a 3-year-old daughter called Dawson, 3-year-old Dawson, 5-year-old Cora, and 8-month-old Callan. Okay?
Okay.
So Patrick and Lindsay met in 2013 in Boston, and Lindsay was studying to be a nurse when they met.
Okay.
And she actually became a labor and delivery nurse.
Okay.
So she's a nurse. Keep that in mind. There's some things that happen that you're like, a nurse would know better.
Okay.
All nurses are taught some basic things.
Right.
Patrick is beginning his career in tech. They dated for 3 years, got married in 2016, and they purchased their home around that time as well. Okay. They lived on the like in a suburb outside of Boston, Massachusetts.
So they were suburby people.
Yeah.
They were like the people that live in suburbs that live in the nice fancy houses.
Yeah. And they had like a 3-story house. So they had the basement, the first floor, the second floor.
I was like, why do you need 3 stories? Duh, basement.
So Patrick says that Lindsay was a dedicated and loving mother with no psychiatric problems.
So she met you.
And I will talk about that. People say that Patrick was present and loving father, but then there's also a lot of people that call him an absentee father, and that he left all of the parenting to Lindsay.
So he made it to where she was the disciplinarian, and he had no...
There's a lot, and here's the thing. Like, for example, there's something that some things I've heard discussed where it's like, when a dad takes their daughter to go shopping, right? Yeah. What do the dads go? Oh, you're babysitting the kids. You're taking care of the kids. But when a mom takes the kids, oh, you got the kids.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing that happens. So people could have been viewing him just doing normal parenting things as being, oh, he's being a loving and attentive father. But there's also people who said he was not a loving and a parent, that he was in fact an absentee father.
Okay.
Who left everything to Lindsay and let Lindsay take care of all the kids.
Okay.
So Patrick said that their marriage was perfect and it was the best it had ever been leading up to the crime.
Yeah.
Which I have a problem with. Lindsay had her 3rd kid at the in like May of 2022.
Okay.
And she was struggling with postpartum depression. So how can your marriage be the best it's ever been if your wife is struggling with postpartum depression?
And postpartum depression is not...
It's bad.
It's not a walk in the park.
No.
It's not like something that, oh, she's only going to have it for a week. No, some women
get it their whole lives.
And because having 3 kids, can vouch for this part to where it could take a toll on you. It could take a toll on you. It could take a toll on your relationship. It takes a toll on your body because you just popped out a watermelon.
Mm-hmm.
Your
chemicals are all out of whack.
Yeah, you're all over the dang place. And so, yeah.
So her postpartum symptoms were anxiety, depression, suicidal thoughts for herself only.
Yeah.
And a sense of numbness and a disconnect from herself and the world.
Huh.
So those were the symptoms she had been expressing. And she was on meds.
Okay.
And she was seeking treatment for herself. She admitted herself to a treatment to a hospital.
Okay.
And she's a labor delivery nurse. She knows all the symptoms. She knows what to look out for. She's checking herself in.
Okay.
When she checked herself into a hospital for treatment, he went on a skiing trip.
Okay.
He wasn't even there for the kids. He went skiing. Well, she checks her into a hospital for postpartum depression. Now, keep in mind, she was never diagnosed with postpartum psychosis.
Okay.
Just postpartum depression. She is on a plethora of pills. I think they said that she was given 20 medications in the span of 3 weeks.
Wow.
So the prosecution is trying to say that she purposefully was saying this med isn't working so it can look like she was over-medicated.
Yeah.
That's a little weird. I don't necessarily think that's the case. But we will also talk about her meds in a minute because there's something that doesn't add up with her meds. So hence the note that she had no prior psychiatric admittances is because she had admitted herself, but she had never had any psychiatric problems before she had her 3rd kid.
Okay.
So postpartum depression is not a joke. Women have killed their own children because of postpartum psychosis. Mm-hmm. They hear voices. It's a whole entire thing.
Yeah.
Women have hallucinations, and postpartum depression is actually one of those things that's not actually widely studied. Mm-hmm. They have not done the amount of studies that they should be doing because it's could be potentially really dangerous. Mm-hmm. So something else that happened, and I actually asked my husband about this, and if you know him, he does not want kids at all. But I asked him, I was like, if I ever had a kid and I told you and I was diagnosed with postpartum psychosis, postpartum depression, would you ever let me be alone with the kid for an extended period of time?
No.
And he goes, no.
I would not.
He looked at me dead in the eyes and he goes, no. So tell me why she's seeking treatment for postpartum depression and they had a nanny before because she was working.
Yeah.
And she had to admit herself into the hospital. She's taking all these meds. She's no longer able to work. They had a nanny. He fired the nanny. What? She was then made to take care of the 3 kids by herself while suffering with postpartum depression.
Wow. No. That's a dumb move on his part. Really dumb.
Even if she did kill her children, right? He needs to be charged for child neglect and child endangerment. If he knew that she was potentially a threat.
Yeah, because he was the one that...
She was apparently sleeping in the basement while he slept in their room with the kids. She slept in the basement with the kids and he slept upstairs.
Is this one? Then they divorced?
No.
This is while they were still married.
This is while she would take care of the kids.
Did he tell her she had to stay down there with the kids?
No, it'd be like he would go and sleep in the bedroom and she'd be taking care of the kids and they would fall asleep in the basement together. Because he would just go to bed before them.
What the hell? There's something not right.
So I highly doubt that their marriage was the best it ever had been before.
I mean, you can't.
Before this happened. I highly doubt that.
Like, point out a relationship, ma'am, that was the best that ever been. I mean, apparently it's not. It was not the best that's ever been.
Yeah. So in January 24th, 2023, Lindsay takes the kids to a doctor's appointment in the morning.
Okay.
Now, people who claim to have seen her on that morning claim she looked frail, thin, sickly.
Okay. Look at what she's freaking going through.
Yeah.
First part, that I don't think, and I can't say that I don't know for sure if I've ever had postpartum depression. I don't know, to be honest. I was never diagnosed with it. Never had that issue. But something like that, it drains you.
It is.
It makes you look
especially
sick
if she's
frail.
putting herself into treatment things for the hospital. If she's literally checking herself into the hospital to get treatment.
Which, good for her. Kudos.
Yes. And the thing is, it was, again, because she was a labor and delivery nurse. She knows the signs. She knows the symptoms. She knows what to look out for. And she was doing it for herself. Because her husband wasn't even helping her.
Which is good. Again, kudos for her. Yeah, knowing the signs and symptoms because she's, like you said, but good for her for taking that step to put herself into it and not letting it go.
Yes.
And
so here's where it gets a little messy.
Okay.
She goes and she takes the kids and she goes and she's playing in the snow with the kids and like all day. And then later in the evening, she looks up the distance from CVS to a restaurant she's getting takeout from with the kids and with Patrick.
Okay.
And prosecutors are now using this, saying it was premeditated so she can get how long she would be alone with the kids. So they're saying it was premeditated.
Okay.
And the thing is, I will say, she did say she did it. But again,
why would you admit to doing something if you haven't even been?
What did we talk about with the psychosis?
Yeah.
If you're in a moment of psychosis and somebody tells you you did something,
you're going to think you did it.
You might think you did it. So Lindsay then asked him to go to CVS. They lived 3 minutes from the CVS.
Okay.
It took him 13 minutes to get to the CVS.
What way did she take?
What way did he take?
Or what way did he take?
Because Patrick went to CVS and she was left at home with the kids.
Oh.
Took him 13 minutes to get there. Hi, Thomas. It took him 13 minutes to get to the CVS.
Okay, wait. Okay, gotta back up for a second. Sorry.
Okay.
Where are they living?
So they're living in Boston, Massachusetts.
Okay, and how far away are they from New York? This is where I'm going, so I'm going there.
It's pretty far. It would take a couple of hours to go.
Okay.
But I think the same thing, because when I tell you something that does not match up, I'm gonna tell you something that does not match up. So he takes 13 minutes to get to CVS. When he's at CVS, he's getting a prescription. He texts her and he tells her, what's the medication I was supposed to get? She tells him. He calls her. The call doesn't go through. She calls him back and she tells him, hey, can you get, it's a 14-second long call. But he says that she was telling him to get this and this and this and this and this and this and this. And they're like trying to extend his time in CVS. But it doesn't, the camera footage does not express that. Again, phone call was 14 seconds. And he just grabbed everything he needed, headed to checkout. When he was in CVS, he was wearing a white quarter zip.
Okay.
A blackish pair of pants.
Okay.
And boots.
Okay. Well, snow.
So
boots make sense.
Then he goes to the restaurant.
Okay.
It takes him they say roughly around 20 minutes to get to the restaurant.
And he's picking up food.
Okay. When he walks,
I'm trying to attentively pay attention. Okay.
Again,
so that's why
it shouldn't actually have taken him, because the CVS was a mile from the house and the restaurant was about 5.5 miles from the house.
Okay.
And it took him about 20 minutes to get to the restaurant from the CVS.
Okay.
He walks into the restaurant. He's wearing a gray shirt, black jacket, a different pair of black pants and tennis shoes. He changed his whole outfit.
Meeting the girl there?
Maybe they met. I don't know. It's weird that he changed his clothes, right?
Yeah, why would you change your clothes?
So he's been gone now about an hour for something that should have not taken an hour.
No, because if they're not that far from CVS and he's not that far from the restaurant.
But also his time frames are not adding up, because he claims he was only gone for 30 minutes.
Okay.
He claims he was only gone for 30 minutes.
No.
But then, everything he's saying, it would take me this long and this long, it's like an hour and a half. So there's inconsistencies in his time frame. There's inconsistencies everywhere.
Okay.
So he gets the food. He comes back. He claims that when he walked in, it was dark outside, so he couldn't see anything. So he goes inside, and the house is quiet, and he claims he called out for everybody, but no one responded. So he goes upstairs to see where Lindsay is in the bedroom.
Right.
And he sees there's blood on the floor.
Okay.
The mattress and the bed frame have been pushed away from the window. Mind you, again, frail, she pushed a whole entire mattress and frame from the window, opened the window, and jumped out. He sees her on the ground. So he runs downstairs to her, and she apparently tells him, I killed the kids. I tried to kill myself.
Okay.
And he's with her for 9 minutes before he calls 911.
Okay, why would you hesitate and call 911?
He apparently could not call because the Wi-Fi was down. And the Wi-Fi was also down for the cameras inside the house that they had. So the cameras never recorded anything inside the home. Now, I don't know about you, but if I'm sitting there and my wife goes, I killed the kids, I'm going to run inside and try to find the kids. He did not go running.
Calling 911.
He did not, and he did not wait. He waited 9 minutes to call 911. And then when 911 got there, he ran to the basement where she told him the kids were. And he says that they were face down.
Okay.
And there was, he goes, I saw the knot on the front.
Okay.
And he goes, and so I untied it, but they were face down.
What?
I get it. You might get confused, right? It's a state of shock. Your kids are, but that doesn't make sense.
And why are you touching things that you shouldn't be touching?
And here's where we get to another thing that's confusing in this case.
Contaminating evidence.
Here's where we get to another confusing part of the case.
Okay.
The kids had been all three of them, had elastic exercise bands wrapped around their throat to strangle them.
Okay.
The 8-year-old and the 3-year-old died immediately.
Okay.
They were dead on scene.
Right.
The 8-month-old was able to be revived.
Oh, wow.
And stayed alive for a couple of days.
Oh, wow.
Now, the reason this is weird is because after 10 minutes of not being able to breathe, no one is typically revivable.
Right.
But they revived the baby. Are the pieces piecing?
Do you see my brain? The wheels are turning in my head. Okay, wait a minute. Think
about it.
I'm thinking. Okay, wait.
So after 10
he
minutes.
Waits 9 minutes. This is where I'm catching, okay? This is what. Okay, wait. What the fuck? Okay.
He waits 9 minutes to call 911.
He waits 9 minutes to call 911.
He runs in.
And after 10 minutes, the baby should not have been revivable. But she's outside on the ground. She says, the kids.
I killed
the kids. And she says they're in the basement.
And he still stays with her for the 9 minutes.
Before going down to the basement when the cops get there. Did the cops get there before he went to the basement?
No. He ran to the basement before they got there. As soon as he saw them starting to pull in, he ran to the basement. From what stories are saying. And then he untied the exercise bands around him.
Did he untie it or did he tie it to make sure that they were dead? And he thought he killed the two, unfortunately, poor babies. The 3 and the 8-year-old died. He thought maybe he killed the 8-month-old. But the 8-month-old
they were able to revive it at scene.
So that's where the 9 and 10 minutes. What the fuck?
A theory is that he was going to keep the baby alive. And then he realized it wouldn't go with how he wanted life to be.
Really?
So he then killed. So again, now here's.
My brain was starting to hurt there for a minute.
So when she jumped off of the building, when
So she did jump.
she jumped questionable. She jumped head first out of the second floor window, and that is how she is paralyzed now.
God, something is not. If she is so frail that she probably couldn't even pick up her kids.
And wait till I get to the thing. Wait till we get to that. That's where we're gonna get next.
But apparently, she's able to push. What size of bed? What size bed was it?
They did not clarify, but I'm assuming it was at least a queen or a king.
Because the only way you're gonna be able to move a bed like that is with somebody else with you picking that thing up. Just you and I. It would take all four of us to pick up our king bed. There's no way. Now, yes, ours is on wheels, so yes, I can push it because it's on wheels. There's something don't sound right.
Yeah. So the deaths were ruled ligature strangulation.
Okay.
And Lindsay survived her injuries, and she pled not and was charged with 3 counts of murder. She has pled not guilty to those murders.
Okay.
Basically, by reason of the prosecution is trying to say she is not guilty because she was in a state of psychosis. They're not even saying, they're like, okay, because she admitted she did it, they can't go out here saying she didn't do it. So she is saying I didn't, and the prosecution is basically saying, the defense is saying she did. If she did do it, it was a state of psychosis. The prosecution is trying to say she planned all of it. But here's the thing: I will say, they are talking about the lawyer on her case, and how the lawyer does not believe she did it. What?
See, she tries to eat them because they're wood. She might not eat them. Let's check them out. Willow likes to eat fake flowers, so Abigail has wood flowers. So we're watching to see if she goes to attempt to eat them.
She should rub it up against them.
Give her a moment. That's why I'm like staring over there. I'm hearing what you're saying because I'm like trying to play detective in my head here. Go ahead. Sorry.
So there's talk that her lawyer does not believe she did it at all.
Okay.
And that he's trying to prove she didn't do it to her.
Okay. Oh, so he's trying to get like you said, the psychosis. Once somebody tells you did something.
I mean, in any state of psychosis, like for example, if somebody is drunk driving, right?
Yeah.
And they drunk drive. Let's say they're in a state of like blackout drunk. Some passenger seat goes, "Let me go ahead and swap with you," right? The driver swaps again, blackout drunk. Passenger seat now starts driving. They get into a car accident that kills somebody. The passenger seat, former passenger driver who was driving the car goes, "Hey, you were the one driving that car."
Oh, so it kind of be like, and this is no joke because I know Shama, because my ex called me a bad mother, and that stuck in my head.
Yeah.
And that's what I would think, that I was a bad mom. But here I am. I talked myself out of it, but I always kept thinking, God, am I a bad mom? But I'm working. I provided for Justin because I get all that stuff, and then I would sit there and I'm like, well, wait a minute.
There is also some conflicting and things that do not make sense.
Yeah,
that would basically that could potentially cause her to be at a point of blackout, not being able to be present, which would make her easily susceptible to being told what happened. So
easily manipulated.
Yes.
Okay.
So here's some of the inconsistencies that have happened in this case.
Besides what you've already said?
Yes. Oh, there's a whole list.
Oh, that's nice. I like lists.
So her husband, when he was on the stand a couple of days ago, was being questioned about her meds. And he claimed he knew nothing about her meds. He knew nothing about her dosage of meds. He didn't know what her meds were called. But when this case happened, her meds were in his truck. And he told the police which meds made her more psychotic than the others.
Oh, I saw it. I don't know which ones.
He also claimed, and they found evidence, that she had been crushing her pills and putting them in a lemonade
For her to take?
for her to take. That she's been crushing her meds and putting them in a drink to drink, which is a little weird.
Because I'm like, can she not take pills?
No,
that'd be the only
she took
thing.
pills.
Oh, she's able to take pills. Okay.
But here's the thing. My mom was a nurse, and I was always taught you don't take your medication with citrus.
Why?
Because citrus can change the chemical properties of your medication.
Oh.
And remember, she's a nurse.
So why would she not know that? Why would she not remember that?
She would remember it.
So then somebody's crushing up her pills. I love detective work. This is
so
fun.
The running theory is that potentially
somebody else did it. So he did it.
And he gave her medication. The prosecution is trying to say that she took the pills before she murdered, and she was trying. It was an early act of suicide, that she took the pills before she killed the kids, so that by the time she was done killing the kids, she would be dead.
Well, that didn't happen.
But that also means her body would be getting weaker and weaker.
Yeah.
Whew. And this medication makes you pass out, because they also found the meds in the kids' stomachs. So most likely this medication would have caused the kids to pass out. So again, she's apparently frail and weak. She's having to carry a 3-year-old, an 8-year-old, and an 8-month-old down to the basement. If it's true that they were drugged.
And not only that, if they all, because if it got put into a lemonade, then that means that lemonade was being shared with the kid. I love detective work. Can I say it again? That my thought is, okay, if it was being crushed up, put into the lemonade, like you said, her being a nurse, she's going to know you can't take it with citric stuff. Acidic. I'm just going to say acidic stuff. And because she knows it's going to throw off the balance of the medication that she's taking, then that would mean that it was also being shared with the children to get it to where it would knock them out and they would pass out. But for the husband to sit there and lie and say, I don't know what type of pills.
On the stand,
I don't know the dosage or anything like that. But sir, we found it in your truck.
And
you told the police
which ones made her more psychotic than the others.
And you had to give a police report. So are you redacting your police report?
That's a good question. So I talked about already how it took him 13 minutes to get to the CVS.
Yeah.
And that he was wearing a white quarter zip, boots and black pants, camera footage. So 30 minutes after he left the CVS.
Get off of that. Justin needs to put the cover on that saw. It's making me nervous.
30 minutes after the CVS, he gets to CVS. He comes back with other clothes. So either he had a pair of clothes in his back seat that he conveniently switched into, or potentially, again, CVS is 3 minutes from the house.
He went home, back, got the clothes, changed, did the deed, threw wifey out the window, and then went to get dinner.
To make it look like he had an alibi.
To make it look like he had an alibi.
So
I'm about to change the name of this channel again. Detectives at Work.
So here's another thing.
No.
So remember how I told you she took this medication, and prosecution are saying she took the medication to kill herself?
Yeah.
She also cut her wrist. But again, as a nurse and a medical professional, you know which way you need to cut your arms to kill yourself. Yeah.
You got to go. I'm not saying
you got to go this way, right?
I've seen TV shows to where you have to go with the flow of the vein.
Yeah.
You can't just go
She
this
did it
way.
this way.
That's not going to. This sounds so horrible. That's not going to do anything.
Yeah, it won't do anything.
We're not promoting you don't ever do it. Okay.
But it doesn't, and we're doing the motions underneath, because if you know, you know. Yeah. If you don't, you don't. We don't want you to know.
Yes.
But it doesn't make sense.
No. Because and
again, she's a nurse. Even if she's a labor and delivery nurse, you're taught you do not do it that way.
Yeah. That's not going to do anything. And also we will I'm going to put in the phone number at the end when we are done with this, in the notification or in the description of the suicide number, plus for any female, try to. I think there might be a number out there for women with postpartum depression. If we can find it, we're going to put that in there too. If you were dealing with postpartum depression and you were suffering with it, please go get help, because you matter, your kids matter.
Yeah.
You need to be here for your kiddos. And what this poor lady is going through, I mean, we haven't even gotten halfway probably through it. But what this one
we're a good little ways in, but I haven't even. I mean, there is like serious, like if she was trying to commit suicide, there's a whole bunch of overkill, because not only did she do that, but she slit her throat. But it wasn't deep enough to do a whole bunch of damage.
So so this is not.
And then after she did this, and after she did this, she jumped headfirst out a window.
You would not be able to jump out a window. You can't. Okay, number one, you have tendons in your wrist, and the way that you said that she did it, we'll keep it down here. You wouldn't be able to lift a window.
So they're saying she kept the window open while she did it, because she was like, "Oh, I'm going to do this, 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 and then I'll jump out the window head first." I don't know about you, but anyone who tries to jump off a building has always jumped feet first.
You never jump head first, because then by the time you get down there, you might be head first. Depending on the.
You never jump head first out of something.
No.
You always, when you're going out a window, you don't lean out and go like that.
No, because it's going to flip you around. So it doesn't make he's not making sense.
This is what we mean. This is what I mean by there's inconsistencies.
I'm changing the title of this, Detectives at Work.
So
just this video.
There's also the matter of the bands. So
the bands. Okay.
There is, people have looked at the bands, and some people have claimed that the way that the bands were tied. Okay. So nurses use slip knots, which are bands that
the ones where they tie something on your arm, they're easy to pull it off.
Exactly. A moment of resistance and they come undone.
Okay.
Not suitable for strangulation.
She's a nurse.
The way people have looked at these ties that were done, the way that they have been explained as being tied, somebody said they look like nautical knots.
Oh, boat knots.
And he was an avid sailor.
Damn, where did I get a noisemaker? It'd be so perfect right now. Dun,
so
dun, dun.
But that is just talk. Like, they haven't been able to confirm it. It hasn't been brought up at trial. But another thing that involves these bands is a majority of his DNA was found on the bands. Now, all family members' DNA was found on the bands, but a majority of it was his.
What you waiting for? Bring it up.
They did.
Bring it up in the trial, man. Come on.
They did bring it up in the trial.
I'm going to put
the judge looked at him like, apparently the judge is a very, 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 he cannot keep his face quiet.
Apparently. You're not supposed to.
And apparently the knot was the kind of knot that would keep continuous pressure. There is also talk that potentially the bands were not the final, was just one of the ways they were strangled. They found a belt that also had DNA, Patrick's DNA, as well as the kids that were also used to strangle. So there was potentially like 4 weapons.
This ain't looking good for Patrick.
So, then we get to the part where at least 10 minutes, after 10 minutes, somebody cannot be revived from strangulation.
But he was with his wife for 9.
Yes.
So and he was trying to wait for that 10 minutes. That's where my brain was trying to go. He sat there and he's outside with the wife, who apparently went head first out the window.
Well, we're going to question about the fact that even though she could talk.
And here's the thing, though. He was with her for 9 minutes. Her being a nurse, she's going to know after 10 minutes you can't revive somebody. Is it something that maybe she could have told him? They say, okay, being a nurse. We're
going to talk about that.
I my theory. Hold on. I got to do this. Okay. So she's a nurse. She works at the hospital. Let's say she had an incident with somebody that she was trying to revive, and it was 10 minutes, and she said, after 10 minutes, you can't revive. And maybe it was a bad day at work, labor and delivery, blah, 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 all that fun jazz. She tells him what happens, and then it sticks in his head. Well, after 10 minutes, you can't revive somebody. So he's thinking, all right, well, I'm going to spend 9 minutes with her. Then it's going to take me a minute to get into the house to get down to the basement, so you can't revive the kids.
Well, here's where we have a slight problem. Her thyroid was broken.
Okay.
And that's this part right here.
The Adam's apple?
Yeah, it's right behind the Adam's apple.
Oh,
the only way it protects your voice box. It protects your voice box.
Did you catch that all? It protects your voice box.
The only way a thyroid can be damaged is if you have a blunt trauma here. If you are in like a car accident and your chest stays here, but the rest of your body moves forward because that could damage it. Or strangulation.
To where she blacks out. Or she was already blacked out. Ooh, oh. So, okay, theory again. Here we go.
So her thyroid is broken. And it's again, she goes head first down the window. So it's if she goes head first, she's falling on this. She's not falling on this. So how is her thyroid broken?
And remember, 13 minutes to CVS. Ooh, that 13 minutes of CVS is making it look really not nice for Dad right
Prosecutor is saying it would have taken him 15 minutes. It would have taken her 15 minutes to kill all the kids the way she did. And then to jump. And then that's 15 minutes to kill the kids and put them down in the basement.
Right.
Not including her then going upstairs.
Which could take another 5 minutes.
Slitting her wrist. Slitting her throat, then jumping out the window.
Dad did it. Dad had to. Dad, oh my God.
So, paramedics, when they arrived on scene, said she was nonverbal.
Okay.
And if she was speaking, it was incoherent and you could not make out what she was saying. So, how could she look at him and say, I tried to kill myself, and tell him that the kids were in the basement?
And say that she killed the kids.
Yeah. If she can't talk.
Oh, he's so screwed. He's so screwed. Dude, because now, like, trying to, in my brain.
Oh, and the knife that she used, a majority of the DNA was also Patrick's.
Dude, you ever heard of gloves?
Now, here's another thing for reference. So remember how I talked to you about the Karen Reed case? I reminded you?
Yes, this no.
Do you know that how long John O'Keefe, the dude who died, he was outside for 6 hours.
Right.
His internal body temperature when he was brought in was 80 degrees.
Okay. He wasn't out there long enough.
Well, an 80-degree internal body temperature is bad.
Right.
So her internal body temperature when the ambulance when she got to the hospital was 82.
So how long has she actually been laying there?
Now, mind you, spinal cord injury can cause your body to dysregulate how fast you cool down.
Right.
But if your internal body temperature is typically 98 degrees,
right,
how fast does it have to drop to go to 82 degrees? And mind you, that is also in the ambulance. They probably gave her warming fluid. So, and again, let's remind her, prosecution said she did the murder. He claimed he was gone for 30 to 45 minutes.
Okay.
He said that it took 15 minutes for her to do the thing with the kids.
Supposedly, yes.
And mind you, she apparently called him and talked to him for 14 seconds. Okay. And he claims that she did not seem out of sorts on the phone at all.
Okay, she seemed fine.
She seemed fine.
Okay.
So at that point, I'm assuming she hasn't killed the kids yet.
Yeah. Okay.
So she does the thing with the kids after the phone call. So he's in the middle of CVS. Does the thing with the kids. Okay.
Okay.
Then goes upstairs, jumps out the floor, breaks her spine. He comes home. Does everything, jumps out the thing, breaks her spine. He comes home, she's been outside 20, 25 minutes, maybe even max 30 minutes.
Okay.
How does her body temperature drop that fast?
What was she wearing?
Doesn't matter. Your internal body temperature tends to stay the same.
Oh, okay. Huh. That's a good question.
Your external temperature matters about what your temperature is.
Right.
But when they did, I know it's going to sound awful, a rectal temp check on her, she was 80. So externally, yes, she was cold because she was out in the snow. But internally, your body takes a while to cool down.
Right.
Remember, John O'Keefe was outside in the snow
For 6 hours.
And his was 82.
His was 80 and hers was 82.
Oh, his was 80 and she was 82.
Okay.
He was out there for 6 hours.
She was only out there for
20 to 20, 30 minutes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, none of this is like adding up.
And again, paramedics also probably gave her warming fluids, gave her warming jackets before they even took their rectal temperature. So she was probably colder than.
Right. Yeah, it's not making any sense. So they're saying that her thyroid
was broken.
Was broken and crushed or
was broken.
But it was done by strangulation or by the fall? The fall.
They're just saying, oh, her thyroid was broken. They're not even saying it's from the fall. They're not saying it's from anything. That when they found her, her spine had been broken and her thyroid had been broken.
Okay.
So basically so again, she's apparently took a bunch of medication to kill herself.
Okay.
Carried sleeping children down the flight of stairs while also being heavily medicated.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently there is also blood. There was blood on the side of the building from where she jumped.
Okay. Is she maybe? And well, they're saying she slit.
It is in 2 exact same spots. They're equal to each other.
So was she maybe grabbed to go out?
No.
Or
halfway down the house.
Oh. What?
Halfway down the house, there's 2 spots that are exactly perpendicular to each other, that are parallel to each other on the side of the house.
Did she maybe try to stop herself? Or did she maybe not land on her head? Oh my God, I don't know. This is hurting my head.
So, and here's another thing that her defense attorney brought up. So you know how you can tell where an email is from? How it tells you the time, date, and usually where it's from?
You got it, yeah.
And he wrote an email at 5:42.
Okay.
And he's like, did you write it from the Surface Pro?
Yeah.
And which is his home computer, which was at home at the time of the murders.
Yeah.
And he goes, yeah, I may have written an email from my computer. 5:42 is when the murders were happening.
So he was home when he wrote the email. Ooh, Johnny trouble. Ooh, Patrick's gonna be someone's bitch.
Apparently, this is the moment where he was like, could you have written that from the Surface Pro? And he's like, yeah, I might have written it from the Surface Pro. I don't remember writing an email to my associates. And he goes, that was when the murders were supposedly taking place. And the judge goes like this and looks at Patrick. Also, Patrick never cried on the stand.
Mom, she could, but
Mom is crying, but she's doing silent crying, I will say.
Do you think, boy, Bubba gonna say hi to you when you show up?
So there was a search on the computer that basically was like, how do you kill yourself? Or how does someone kill themselves on the search, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they were trying to say Lindsay had looked it up.
Mm-hmm.
Patrick was like, no, that was me. I was looking it up because a celebrity had recently killed themselves. And it did verify. He had looked up a specific celebrity that had killed himself.
I was going to say, then you just look up how the celebrity killed himself. not how do you do it yourself.
Yeah, so they tried to blame it on Lindsay, but Patrick said, no, that was me. And then there's, of course, the fact that Patrick divorced Lindsay. 4 months later, he was dating somebody. And then now he has $1.7 million from GoFundMe selling his home.
Wait, how much is Lindsay worth?
Lindsay Clancy?
Yeah. Just asking. Because
it does not, it won't give how much her life insurance. I don't even know. And then so the reason I'm upset that the fact is he gets to sue the hospital and the doctors for treating her is because he wasn't a part of her treatment.
Whose fault's that?
He was not a part of her treatment, yet he's suing the hospital and the doctors.
He shouldn't have a right to.
And most likely the hospital and the doctors are going to settle. And he'll get millions of dollars in settlement.
Until he goes to jail.
I hope he goes to jail.
And then it should go
I will
to
say she has confessed. So again, they are arguing from a point of if she did it from a psychosis point of view. And I will argue the amount of, if she did try to kill herself, the amount of self overkill, the taking the pills, the slitting the wrist, the slitting the throat, the jumping out a window, that's like a lot. That's overkill on yourself. That has to be psychosis.
But his story's not making any sense.
No, his story does not make any sense.
Because his DNA is on the bands. But you said everybody else's.
Everyone is, but his
is mostly on the
majority of it.
His DNA's on the belt. And the kids' DNA is on the belt. Their DNA's on the knife.
And also somebody said that it looked like she had put down the knife. Like whoever put it down like nicely.
They placed
it. But the knife was placed facing right side.
Okay.
Facing the right, like the blade was pointing right and the handle was pointing left. Anyone who's right-handed.
You always face it the other way.
Yeah, he's left-handed.
I'm just digging a hole for him.
Yeah. He is, but yeah.
Because it sounds to me, with all the time inconsistencies.
The time inconsistencies.
That's the biggest thing right there for me and the DNA on the evidence.
And they have not brought up the fact that when he's in the CVS, he's wearing one thing, but when he's in the restaurant, he's wearing another thing.
Yes, so that's another thing.
And for all we know, he killed them before they went to see. For all we know, this could have happened before he went to CVS. Maybe not the phone call. Maybe not because of the phone call.
Well, no, maybe he killed the kids. She already took her medication, right? Okay. Maybe he killed the kids, went to CVS. She doesn't know. He carried them down there, did that deed. She doesn't know.
And he was going to leave the baby alive because he was going to start with the new baby and be like, me and the baby survived.
And make it a pity party for himself.
But he realized that the baby wouldn't match up with what he wanted in the future.
Exactly. And so let's say he did that, killed the kids, went to CVS because she said, I need my medication. He went to go get the medication. He's wearing the one thing. Goes in, phone call, because she called him while at CVS, correct? Okay, so he could have went to CVS, did that. Okay, killed the kids, went to CVS. She calls. Or he calls her, or she calls him?
She calls him. He doesn't answer, so he then calls her back, and she answers.
Says, what is the medication I'm supposed to get for you? I forgot. And then
he comes home. He uses the knife, gets blood all over himself.
Does that, changes his clothes after throwing her out the window. And
goes to the restaurant.
Get the food, acting like nothing's wrong, because now he's in clean clothes. He's in a different outfit.
And he's in different shoes, too.
And he's in different shoes. And then goes back home with the food
Makes it look like he was looking around, realizes the thing with the baby.
Yeah, and then sees that she's laying on the ground, runs down.
Makes up this whole story that she told him
that
and she confessed to him.
Not knowing that she wouldn't be able to say crap because her thing is broke, her thyroid's broke, and then before the cops get there, he runs down to where the kids are and starts touching. So see, right there, you'd be guilty. You would look very guilty. Why are you running downstairs to try and untie him?
Also, why aren't you, if your wife is down, as if I was a parent and I came home and I saw Justin, something had happened to him terrible, right? Mm-hmm. And I have kids.
Yeah.
I'm looking for my kids first thing off the bat.
Sorry, Justin. Yeah.
I would be like if I can see that he's alive and breathing, yeah, I'm calling 911 while I go around and I look for the kids, because who knows what's happening.
And why wouldn't you do that?
Why did you
wait 9 minutes? So again, I think that she has told him and said something to him about 10 minutes. Because how is he going to know?
And then I think it's weird, just the fact that something just does not sit right with the case. The internal body temperature doesn't make sense. I think it's the overkill. I think because I have never, ever, ever heard of somebody
do all three of those things and then go out the window.
Exactly.
And again, and medication before it.
Exactly. So doing medication, wrist, throat, then jumping out a window?
No, it doesn't make
sense. And also, if she was a nurse, she would know exactly where to slice, and she did not slice the right spots.
Yeah. And she probably never talked about that.
And the only thing that he is an adamant thing that she kept talking about how she wanted to kill herself. The psychologist said that yes, she did have suicidal thoughts and ideation, mm-hmm, but she was never a threat because she never had a plan.
And normally, if you're going to do that to yourself,
you have a plan.
So again, I think this is all insurance. To me, I think it's going to all lead up to if the hospital has a good life insurance, mm-hmm, and she has that, mm-hmm, and she signed up for it. It was a case where he was trying to get money. He was trying to get money. And he got money. He got money off of GoFundMe.
And he's trying to basically say, look, my wife is because basically his argument is my wife is crazy. There's not much I can do.
Yes, there is. Then you helped her put her in treatment.
You could have helped put her in treatment. You fired a nanny.
Yeah.
And made her take care of the kids by herself, knowing she had postpartum depression. Mm-hmm. And again, she was never diagnosed with postpartum psychosis.
Just the depression part of it.
Just the depression and anxiety, the suicidal thoughts, and the feeling, mm-hmm, of nothingness and disconnect. There was never any, I'm hearing voices. He claims that when she was laying there for the 9 minutes, she told him that a voice told her to kill the children.
But she can't talk to you. Her thyroid's broken, dude. You can't talk. And she probably still can't speak to this day.
She can speak now because the thyroid has been fixed, but she's also paraplegic. She has to be in a wheelchair for the rest of her life.
And has nobody to take care of her. And if she goes to jail, she's in a freaking what? And they're going to have to put her in somewhere else in the jail if she goes.
And now he lives in New York with his new wife. I kid you not. Let me show you the comparison.
I literally think this is leading up to insurance money. I think that he was done with the marriage, didn't want the kids. I know, Marie. And so he was making it seem like.
So this is Lindsay Clancy. This is what she looks like.
Okay, pretty lady.
Right? There it is. I'm getting all the pictures of the old wife.
I have to type in the name. This is Clancy. we will have a follow-up on this too, because it's an ongoing case, correct?
So that's Lindsay Clancy. That's his new wife.
And when did he marry her this year?
Yeah. They started dating 4 months after his wife and had killed the kids.
Wow. You're a piece of trash. You're trying to make it seem like your wife is the one that did this, when everything so far I'm hearing is leading towards him.
Everything that they are releasing, and this is all coming out in trial, right?
Yeah.
They're releasing all of this information on trial, and that's why trials happen, right? To release the information.
Her, huh?
Yeah, so that's the new wife.
That's Lindsay Musgrove and Patrick. Okay. So.
Yeah, that's the new wife.
Is that Lindsay right there?
No, that's the new wife. That's.
Oh, saying that he got a divorce from.
Yeah, he divorced. Wow. They divorced, and then 4 months.
I'm trying to get like a better picture of this, and yeah, I'm not joking. She does look like her.
There's things that do not add up in this case, and as much as I hate to say it, Massachusetts police have a bad history, a bad rap, especially with the Karen Reed trial.
Yeah.
I mean, with the Karen Reed trial, there were dog bites on the dude's arm, on the victim's arm, on the murder victim's arm, and there was a dog inside the house, but they went, oh no, he was outside. He was outside the whole time. He never came in the house. How does he have dog bites on his arm then?
Oh, that was one of the small dogs.
And again, the police never investigated Patrick. The police literally went, oh, she admitted? You're telling me she admitted to killing the kids?
She can't admit to shit. And that, I'm sorry, that's where, well,
there was a lack of investigating.
Yeah, we need to hear her say it. Because you would think, oh, well, she just admitted to me that she killed the kids. You would think, okay, you're telling me Abigail admitted to doing this. You can't talk. I'm going to come to you and be like, did you do this? Did you admit to doing this? And if you're trying to talk, but you can't.
Apparently, a psychiatrist said that when she came to, the psychiatrist was there and she asked, how are you feeling? And she still couldn't talk, and because she had a breathing tube in her throat.
Right.
She wrote, horrified.
Oh.
And then the next things that Lindsay wrote were, do I have a lawyer or something like that? Which people were like, you didn't ask about your kids. Which, valid point. You didn't ask about your kids. But she wrote horrified, and then she asked, do I have a lawyer? Do I have this? Like, she was asking about legal protections for herself.
Which, and that rightfully
never asked, how's my husband doing?
Huh. So that's probably why they're sitting there saying maybe she did do it, because she's not asking about her kids. She's not asking about her husband. I don't ask about my husband either. He's a piece of freaking work.
And again, you're telling me from your own mouth, oh, the marriage was the best it's ever been. And then your wife goes and does this. You say that your wife was literally telling you in the weeks leading up to this that she wanted to kill herself. And you're like, oh, the marriage was the best it's ever been.
Because for nurses and doctors, they have opportunities at their job to go talk to a psychiatrist on site.
And she was using them.
Because, labor and delivery, babies that don't make it, that's very traumatic. Even if you don't have kids or you want to have kids or whatever, that's still traumatic for a nurse or a doctor.
Mm-hmm.
And if they have really good psychiatrists on site at the hospital you work at and she's using them, wait for them to subpoena that psychiatrist.
Apparently, they are there in the midst of subpoenaing and questioning this therapist. And that's why they got the thing where the therapist, they were like, well, if she was such a hazard and you thought she was a hazard and she was going to do this, why didn't you get her into treatment? Why didn't you tell her she needed to get treatment, tell him to stay away? And she goes, well, because she wasn't. While she had suicidal thoughts and ideation, she had no plan.
And a therapist is going to know best.
Most people have a plan. They don't just up in one day go, okay, I'm gonna kill myself. No, most people who want to kill themselves, when they end up doing it, they have a plan. Mm-hmm. They lead up to it. Hence why they say there's signs and there's omens. There's giving away of prized possessions, things like that. Leaving letters
for loved ones to find.
Yeah, leaving letters for loved ones to find. Giving away a majority of yourself. Just things like that.
That doesn't make any sense. So maybe
you don't just.
Yeah.
And the fact she took the kids to the doctors beforehand, was playing with them in the snow.
That doesn't make any sense.
The fact the medication were in the kids' stomachs too.
Yeah. That's where I think if they were getting smashed up and he put them in the lemonade, because I'm all this to me is leading up to the dad, because there's so much piled up against him, so much, and very little, and just because when a mom wakes up, or anybody, parent, it could be a mom or a dad or anybody that wakes up and their kids or grandkids or whatever have been murdered or killed, whatnot, however you want to label it, just because they don't ask right off the bat where are the kids, that doesn't mean anything.
And because
your body's going through adrenaline rush right at that moment because of everything that just happened.
Her first response was horrified, meaning she remembers what happened. She knows what happened.
Yeah.
And her first reaction is horrified.
I think so too. That mom's saying that I bet he did it to get out of the marriage.
Yeah.
Well, there's other ways to get out of the dang marriage. It's called divorce.
But I mean, think about it this way: family annihilator. His whole entire family was annihilated.
Mm-hmm. So he's trying to take them all out.
He did
to get money. Again, it's coming back around to the root of all evil, money.
He's doing what Chris Watts did.
Yeah.
Except he did it in a different way. Because remember, Chris Watts, when he first happened, tried to blame his wife.
Yeah.
Said that she took the girls and they left. And he doesn't know where the girls are, and he doesn't know where his wife is.
Right.
And then it turns out that.
Yeah. So I mean, everything that I'm hearing, just from the little bit that we know of on this case, to me, it's all leading back up to him. Mm-hmm. It's leading to him because, and now you're remarried. You met somebody and started dating 4 months after the divorce, and this whole thing happened. Dude, you're digging yourself a hole and you're burying yourself. Mm-hmm. And for the judge not to be able to keep his own face straight, I'm surprised that they haven't switched judges.
And the thing is, I don't think it is a jury. I have not heard talk about what the jury looks like. I've only seen talk about what the judge is. They may have opted for a non-jury trial where the judge determines.
Oh, you were in trouble.
Yeah, where the judge determines legality.
And I'm sorry, but all that money he made from GoFundMe, if they find that she was not guilty and he was, because a lot of it's leaning back to him, all that money should go to her. For any medical things that she needs.
I think the police have already made their determination that she did it.
Well, that's because they didn't investigate.
Yeah. I think the police made the determination that she did it, so no matter what happens, they're just going to keep saying it's her. It's kind of like the Karen Reed trial. Mm-hmm. Karen Reed has gone to trial twice because the police keep saying, nah, she did it, even though none of the evidence matches up.
Well, at least it's not a jury, because if it was a jury, I don't know if it's good. I don't know if it would be good to not have a jury, or it's good if they don't have a jury.
I would say, honestly, it's better that they don't have a jury, because the thing is, as much as I hate to say it, a lot of people, oh, she killed her kids. I can't contemplate. I can't understand that. She's guilty.
Yeah.
So.
For it to be a judge, he can sit there and be more impartial to it, because
he can look at all the evidence and be like, you know what?
Bench trial.
Yeah.
Before life 37. Is that you, Andy? Because I can't remember. Or is that one of our new ones? Yeah. I mean, I guess we'll see how this turns out, because I'm saying, Dad, there's just so
it doesn't make sense.
There's so much leaning towards him.
Because again, there's a lot of inconsistencies that don't match up.
No. There's
too many things don't match up.
Yeah, and it's just, I don't know. Because right when you said the time, and then you sit there and said he was with her for 9 minutes, and you're like, but it takes
10 minutes. So after 10 minutes,
you cannot revive a person. I was like, whoa, hold on a second.
And that's
wait.
an adult, mind you. That is an adult. An 8-month-old baby, their bodies are still super fragile.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, that's not.
That's weird. It is a weird case. I'm wondering how they're going to deem this if they determine to say not guilty due to psychosis, right? Or something like that, because again, she has admitted to it, and she is pleading not guilty by reason of psychosis. So basically, pleading a not guilty by reason of insanity.
Yeah.
But she's like, I did it. She admitted it.
Because you said because you think that the husband sat there and told her she did it.
Yeah, I think also she blacked out. She comes to when she's laying on the ground.
Yeah.
And he's like, you killed the kids. And she's, again, a labor and delivery nurse. She's heard the horror stories of postpartum psychosis.
Yeah.
She knows that she struggled with postpartum depression. She goes, oh my gosh, I had an episode of psychosis. I killed my kids.
Because it just takes that one phrase, that one word to be said, and it sticks in the head.
Especially if she blacked out. Especially if he strangled her to the point of blacking out. And then did all those things as overkill. Because to me, that is overkill.
Yeah. Tatara, what are you doing?
She's trying to get in the box.
You know, why do we buy you guys toys?
I was going to buy her a bed, but I was like, no. It's a witch's hat.
Did you see the pumpkin when it hung?
It's gone.
Oh, somebody took that one?
Somebody took it. They replaced it. It's a witch's hat now.
Oh. Yeah, we get toy. I bought majority of toys for the cats. And they were boxes and bags and whatnot. So now Tataru has made her way in the box. Yeah, I'm gonna say I'm gonna stick to my guns and say it's Dad. That a lot of inconsistencies, a lot of things that aren't making sense and not matching up.
Mm-hmm.
They're 3 minutes away from CVS, but it took him 13 minutes to get there. And I'm still saying that at some point she had a traumatic experience in labor and delivery. Mm-hmm. And after 10 minutes, you can't revive the person.
And she mentioned that to
him. And she mentioned it to him. So, okay, hey, we're 3 minutes away from CVS, but I'm going to go around to where it's going to take me 13 minutes to get there. So if he already killed the kids, went to go do all that stuff, she calls him, he calls her back, but she doesn't know the kids are down in the basement, strangled.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's wearing one set of clothing, but then when he comes back
to the restaurant,
he goes to the restaurant. So that tells me there he had to have gone home to drop off the medication, drugged her up at that moment, because I guarantee him drugging her up, depending on how fast those drugs are for her, because she's a frail person.
And again, a medical professional would know not to take it with lemonade.
Exactly. So he crushes them up, puts it in her drink. She's now out. Again, the kids are already in the basement. And he pushed the bed away from the wall. Because how can a frail woman do that? I mean, yes, if you get mad enough and you have enough adrenaline, I could see somebody doing it, okay? But he pushes the bed away from the wall. He opens the window.
And then there's the matter of the blood stains on the side of the house.
Yeah, so...
Did her feet get stuck on the windowsill and she's like laying there?
Yeah, like what happened there? Or the blood was on him and he went to stand up because you said he stood up and went to the basement.
Yeah.
So the blood could have been on his hands. He touches the side of the house to get up. And it's evenly placed, like lined up like this.
Mm-hmm.
And then he runs down to the basement to start untying the knots. And he never called 911 within that 10 minute...
That 9 minutes?
That 9 minute span. So that's not making any sense either.
No. Because even if you're in a state of shock, your wife is injured. You never went to go check to see where your kids are. You said that you go and you see blood in your room, right? Why was your first reaction to look out the window?
Yeah.
Why was your first reaction to look out the open window? Like, I know the window's open, right? But why would you go to look outside of it, see your wife, and not go, if my wife's there,
where's my kids?
Where's my kids?
Yeah. It's not making any sense.
So even if she did it, he should be at least charged with child endangerment. He literally put those children numerous times, firing the nanny knowing she has postpartum depression.
That's where everybody kept the nanny.
Exactly.
To help her out to where if mom needs a break. Okay, if any of you have ever seen Sex and the City, okay, I've watched the show.
Mm-hmm.
I've watched the movies. I like the movies over the shows. There is a scene, or no, not a scene, I'm sorry. There's an episode where Mr. Big, Charlotte's husband, and then there's someone else. I think it's Miranda's boyfriend, husband, whatever he was. They go to this fancy shindig, and the nanny that is with Charlotte and her husband and the girls, because they adopted a small girl from another country, from like Japan or somewhere, and then they end up having a baby named Rose in the movie. Charlotte notices that the nanny's not wearing a bra, and she's a young girl. You know, she's probably in her 20s or so. And Mr. Big, her husband, and then Miranda's boyfriend, whatever the heck he is, was all watching her run. And of course, she's not wearing a bra. So they're paying attention to that. Well, that affected Charlotte. To where it got to the point where, like with Charlotte, the kids were like, Mom, doing this. You know, sorry if you hear the knocking. It's me doing it. But, Mom, they're knocking on the pantry. Because she goes into the pantry, shuts the door, and breaks down. She broke down. Well, then right when the nanny, the young girl, goes to open the door and see Charlotte's face, it clicked for her. Mom needs a break. And she takes the kids and she goes and takes them like to the park or takes them outside and does something. Having a nanny, don't fire your nanny because your wife is going through a postpartum. If you notice the signs and the symptoms of your partner, your wife, going through postpartum depression, and it could be getting worse, don't get rid of the nanny. That's going to make it worse.
If your wife is going
to stress her out even more.
If your wife is going into the hospital for treatment of postpartum depression, don't go skiing.
He went skiing?
He went skiing when she admitted herself into the hospital.
Oh, I guess I didn't hear that part. Wow. Really, dude? Oh, let me guess, you used the money from the GoFundMe account to go skiing?
No, this was when she was still with the kids.
Oh, okay.
So he used the nanny to take care of the kids while he went skiing.
Wow. Oh, you better watch out, dude. They're going to subpoena that nanny if they haven't already. Wow. Well, hopefully is it prosecution for her?
The defense.
The defense.
The defense lawyer is apparently a really good lawyer. Apparently, he is a part of a training program for trial lawyers that only 1% of lawyers get into. So he is a really good lawyer.
So I hope he does her justice. He gets goes through everything and makes it to where everything gets looked at. Even you said in the video, they weren't paying attention to the video of him wearing one thing in CVS and then wearing something else at a restaurant.
Yeah, he was able to get a psychologist. He confused the psychologist on stand to the point that she admitted what he wanted her to admit. He's that good.
Dang. That's pretty awesome.
So it's and he's the one who does not believe she did it.
Well, because he's probably gone over that case so many times.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Reading things, it's like, well, wait a minute, this doesn't make sense. Again, it's going to be the time inconsistencies. That's what's getting me, is the time inconsistencies. Is, okay, you're only 3 minutes away from CVS. It should have just taken you 3 minutes. It shouldn't take you 13.
5 max if there was traffic.
It shouldn't take you 13. It should not take you that long.
It shouldn't take you 30 minutes to go from CVS to the restaurant.
If it's close, if it's not that far either, what, 5?
5 miles from the house.
So it shouldn't take you that long.
And the CVS was a mile from the house.
So there's no reason for that. So 6 miles in total to go from your house to CVS, from CVS to
Oh
the
no,
restaurant and home.
5 miles from the house. So I'm assuming
Okay.
it's only 4 miles from CVS to the restaurant.
So then there's no reason. There's no reason at all for, no.
And she ordered food takeout. She ordered a Mediterranean salad for herself. Ordered him food. Ordered the kids food.
And why would a postpartum depressed mom who's a labor and delivery nurse who knows her own symptoms and knows and is getting the help for herself because her lazy ass husband ain't gonna do it? Oh wait, that's because he's off meeting a girlfriend.
Pretty sure she was seeing the girl. He's with a therapist.
Ooh, it'd be fun if she analyzes him and then they call her in.
Or depending on her treatment style and who she treats, if he got the idea about postpartum.
From her?
Postpartum psychosis.
You see, there's so many factors, but it all leads to him. Wouldn't he have seen her on the ground when he went in the house?
He said that the house was completely dark. The front of the house was so dark he could not tell that there was anybody in the front of the house laying there. That doesn't make sense.
No, not at all.
He comes in, the lights are on the house. He calls around for his wife, doesn't hear anything, goes upstairs.
Again, why would you go upstairs? Normally, if your kids are quiet, that means you're getting into something. What do?
You go to their playroom.
You go to check to see what the kids are doing.
And the playroom is in the basement.
Yeah, so you would go check that out. Not go upstairs. It's not making sense.
Nope, none of it makes sense.
Willow. What are you doing?
She's rubbing up against them. I think she likes to feel the wood on her face.
Probably. Yeah, because she likes to rub up on the coffee table and stuff. Yeah, I seen you try to go for that. Trying to eat that turd. Scared her half to death. Sorry, Willow, I wasn't trying to do that.
So, yeah, there's a bunch of conflicting things in this case. So, yeah.
We'll keep you informed when we know more that's going on, and the next time she has a day off, because tomorrow I work 8 to 5. I don't know if there's going to be any new revealing info tomorrow.
Probably not.
When's your next day off?
My next day off is next, I think Sunday. I'm off Monday and then I'm off Sunday. I work 8 days in a row.
So then probably next Sunday we'll learn more.
No, I'm off next Wednesday.
Okay, so maybe
it'll be I'm off Sunday, Monday, and then I work Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then I'm off Wednesday, Thursday.
Okay, so probably next Wednesday we will have an update from
you. 8 days in a row.
Since we're both off, and by then I could probably buy us a little microphone.
I will say it's again interesting. If you want, I can discuss a little bit about the Samuelites.
Next Wednesday?
This episode. If you're up for it. No.
This one kind of made my brain hurt.
I will say, seeing you go, so she killed herself. She sliced her wrist. And you went, what?
So here's a fun little fact. I'm gonna steal her quote. Fun little fact. If you've ever noticed during past episodes or past things like this, our lives, because she's picked up on it. Whenever she starts describing something, I'll just look up.
And she'll start thinking.
And I'll start thinking. And Abigail will start laughing because she knows I'm thinking. And then she'll sit there. She goes, think about it. I'll go, hold on, give me a minute, think about it. And then right when it clicks, I'm like, oh, my face. So what my brain does, I'm going to explain my brain to some people. Okay. Yes, I do have somewhat of a childlike brain, but I am an adult. I know how to act like an adult. Okay. Not saying that my brain is fully childlike. But I love mysteries. I love trying to solve things. And that's why I'm sitting there going, okay. And where I'm looking is literally above the fireplace, over her little candle holder, and I find a focal point, and I will sit there and literally think. And what my brain is doing is when she's describing everything, it may look like I'm not listening, but I'm listening, and it's filing. Like trying to put it in order of things that are happening in my brain, in my head of how I'm doing. So if you ever see me go like this, and she's describing something, and I'm like, you can't hear me talking because I'm talking to myself.
She's trying to figure out the case.
But I'm like, hold on, okay, wait a minute. And because I've noticed I do this too. I'll touch my lip. I don't know if you've seen me do that.
Mm-hmm.
I will touch my lip or I'll touch my chin. I'm like, okay, hold on. And then I start looking around. My eyes will start moving, and I'm like, because my brain I'm trying to find the things that she had said. So right when you said he waited with her for 9 minutes, but if it's 10 minutes, you can't revive anybody. And right when you said that, I was like, no, hold on, hold the phone. Wait a minute. Okay.
Yeah. And the baby was revived. And that's the weirdest part.
That's the part that got me. And I'm like, well, hold on a minute. Wait. And then when you went back to talking about he went from the house, took him 13 minutes to get to CVS. He was wearing this, got what he needed and left. But when he showed up to the restaurant, he was wearing this. I'm like, whoa. Okay, hold on. A huge time discrepancy, inconsistent from going from the house to CVS and then to the restaurant. So my brain, I love trying to figure things out in mysteries. So things like this, I really enjoy because I'm like, well, hold on a minute. Yeah, brain's thinking.
So let's argue here. He didn't kill the kids, right? Let's argue that.
Okay.
What could he possibly have done in the 30 minutes that caused him to switch out his clothes like that? Meet with a mistress?
See, and that's what I thought at first. I thought, oh.
He met with a mistress for like 25 minutes and then he went about his day.
And that's what I was thinking at first. Because I sat there and I was thinking that. I was like, well, wait a minute. Okay, if he goes from CVS, gets the things that are needed, gets his wife's medication, but he goes to the restaurant, and right when you said he's at the restaurant and he's in different clothes, and I was like, oh, he's meeting the mistress there. He's going to have dinner with her. Then he's going to get the food and take it home.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was thinking at first. I was thinking that. So there could have been no way that it would have been him to do that.
Yeah.
But then when you were describing the times, the minutes.
The fact that then he went, I could have typed the email from my phone. Yes, it would be weird if he ended up writing an email in the middle of killing, right?
Yeah.
But think about it this way. He could argue, oh, I sent that before I went into CVS. I sent it from my phone as another alibi stating, why would I write an email after in the middle of the murders? Unless they were actually dead a lot longer.
And that's where I'm thinking that before he had given the kids the medication, they're down in their playroom. He shared the lemonade with them. With the crushed medication
caused
from the wife.
Caused him to go to sleep.
It caused him to go to sleep. He did that. He did his thing, did the thing. And then, I'm not sure where the wife's at, but he gives her a glass too. Or he gives her a glass first, knocks her out, because now she's going to be sleeping for a little bit, carries her upstairs, does that to her, then, no, because then she's going to make the phone call.
Mm-hmm.
So that couldn't happen.
That's the thing. It's weird.
So he does that to the kids. He takes out the kids. They're drugged. Now he does what he does. Runs to CVS, get her medication, get that stuff, because there's that phone call. She calls him. He don't answer. He calls her back. She answers. What medication am I supposed to get? Because I forgot the name of it. And then he gets it, leaves. Goes back to the house, because he could have used what was left of her medication that she had on the kids. And he's like, crap. Now I have to go get more because I can't let her find the kids like this. So then he gives it to her also crushed up in a glass of lemonade. Takes her upstairs, walks her upstairs because now she's all groggy as all get out. She needs to rest. But instead, when he brings back the medication, does that, takes her upstairs. He does what he does. Has the window open and then throws her out the window. Leaves again. Different clothes this time because, like you said, got blood on him because why?
He cut her
wrist and throat. He goes to the restaurant, new clean clothes, acts like nothing's going on, gets the food, comes back to the house. Oh my God, my wife's on the ground. I'm in the house looking around. There's nobody there. It's too dark. One, why wouldn't you turn on the lights? I always turn on lights when I go into my house because I don't like walking into a dark house.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. And he's trying to figure out where everybody's at, hollers out for him, nothing. Again, I agree with Abigail on this. Why would you not go see where your kids are? If your
Why would
parent,
you go immediately up to the master
why
bedroom?
would you go up to the master bedroom? Yeah, you may know, okay, your wife's up there laying down. You might want to check on her, make sure she's okay.
But if your kids are quiet,
you want to check on your kids 1st.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my boys got quiet. Nope. What are they doing? And what's hilarious? They would be playing quietly. But I always went and checked because they were right all over the place. They're boys. And then when they got quiet, they either fell asleep or they were playing quietly. But um, but then you go upstairs and you look out the window. Oh my God, my wife's on the ground. Run downstairs.
And if it's so dark you couldn't see it when you were driving up to the house, how are you looking out the window and then all of a sudden able to see her? Because shouldn't it also be that dark?
Yeah. Well, if there's snow on the ground, you're going to see an outline of a body because it was snowing.
Yeah.
So it
was in the front yard. So how is there no witnesses?
There's that.
How is there no witnesses? The fact that the body, the cameras inside the house no longer work.
I think he shut them off before he left.
Yeah, because of Wi-Fi issues.
Sure.
And you want to know the reason he couldn't call 911 for 9 minutes?
He said the Wi-Fi was down.
Because the Wi-Fi was down. But here's the thing: you don't need Wi-Fi to call 911.
Nope, you have cell
service. You
service.
don't even need to be a cell service. You don't even have to have cell service.
You can just call 911 on your phone and it'll dial it.
Exactly.
No matter what.
No matter what. If you have Wi-Fi, if you have cell service, whatever, you call 911, it connects you to the nearest one.
Yep, it's gonna. So then all that happens. He runs downstairs. Oh my God! Oh my God!
Unties the
kids. He goes into the house, waits 9 minutes with the wife before the cops show up, goes downstairs, unties the kids. If you swear that your wife did this, you would not have touched the evidence because now you just contaminated it. So that should be thrown out because he touched it and he contaminated it.
Yeah, and you untied both kids. All 3 kids.
You untied all 3 of them. So, and then you go out where the cops are and you tell the cops, oh, she told me that she did this.
Mm-hmm.
After she wakes up and you're above her and you sit there and say, you killed the kids. And she's in that psychosis state of mind.
Where she's super easy to be manipulated. She believes she did it.
Yep. So he's very manipulative. And again, the money.
And this is just us theorizing.
Yes, that's not,
this is not the true chain of events, but this is just us theorizing about what happened.
This is how my brain works. This is how the brain works.
Because
I'm like putting everything into place.
It is an interesting case.
So,
anytime new evidence comes out, it makes it look worse and worse for Patrick.
Which it's going to be worse and worse for Patrick because he's the one that did it. He was trying. I seriously think, not sure what her life insurance was.
He wanted life insurance policy.
They won't come out with that until it's over with.
But if she did kill herself, she would not get life insurance.
Well, she wouldn't. Neither would he.
Yeah.
Because if a spouse or a partner takes their own life just for you to get the life insurance, you won't get it. It stays with the insurance company.
You might get it for the kids.
If they had life insurance.
Uh-huh.
So if he can get it for the kids, why not try to get it for the wife? I think this is an insurance fraud. I think this is an insurance thing to where he was trying to get as much money as possible because he met this cute young little thing.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's married to, and they live in New York.
Mm-hmm. I think also it's weird, just like the whole chain of events that led up to it.
Like, until you put it into perspective yourself and you sit and think about it for a minute,
doesn't make sense.
It does not make sense. And then you're not distraught. I'm gonna keep it distraught. You're not distraught that your kids are gone.
Yeah, you're not.
Any parent would be distraught that their kids are gone.
Yeah, he did not cry at all on the witness stand. Apparently, in the 911 call, His exact words were, "She killed the effing kids. She effing killed the kids."
Oh wow. So you didn't care about the kids either. Because why would you say that about your kids?
Yeah. Not, "Oh my God, she killed the kids." She killed the effing kids?
Yeah, that's that's not.
And then followed by, and then immediately correcting yourself to, "Oh my gosh, she effing killed the kids."
Yeah, so he can't even keep his own story straight.
No, you can't.
There's too many inconsistencies. He can't even keep himself straight. The poor wife can't say nothing with her thyroid being
She can
broke.
speak
Now
now,
she can,
but
I'm saying at that time.
and she refuses to testify. She refuses to go on the witness stand.
Maybe her attorney can convince her.
Maybe.
Say, hey, I don't think you did this. I believe that you did not do this. I think it's this.
Maybe
I think
hearing
it's
the
husband.
evidence, maybe hearing something.
But her brain is so washed
Mm-hmm.
because he said that one thing.
Mm-hmm.
You killed
in
the
a
kids.
state
And
of
it's stuck. Yeah.
vulnerability.
And it's stuck in her head.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh my God.
It
takes one person to say something negative to
and
someone,
then finding out
like
everything that happened in the case, because it's such a very public case. She would find out about what happened. So now, if you ask her, "How did you do it?" "Oh, I strangled him with the."
She's gonna hear it.
Yeah, she's going to be able to say, "I did it this way and this way." It's why you do not take.
Or the husband told her how she did it while he said,
mm-hmm.
You killed the kids. You strangled. And then he adds on, you strangled the kids
with the
bands.
Mm-hmm.
And then you tried to take your own life.
And another thing that was weird was she had an Apple Watch she wore all the time.
Yeah.
Her Apple Watch was not on her. It was in a drawer.
So then you got to take it off to do that. I mean, you could probably move it down, but then you don't want to get blood on it, so there's more evidence.
Yeah, she took it off. But the last
She take it off, or did he take it off?
That's the thing. The last thing it registered was her going up the stairs, because it can monitor who's going up and down the stairs.
But
how many flights of stairs you walk inside your home. So if she was wearing it before she did her kids, before she killed her kids, it would show that she declined and then walked up 2 flights of stairs, then took off her watch. But it doesn't show that.
And it just shows she did 1 flight of stairs.
Yeah.
So hence where I think he helped her upstairs after he gave her the cup of lemonade with her crushed up medication.
Took off her
watch, put it in the drawer, and then did that.
Mm-hmm.
And then went and got the food and cleaned her clothes. Bam, case off. I'm just kidding.
So
I mean, we don't know.
We will see. The trial is ongoing. I think it's on day 8. But we will see what happens with this case.
So come back next week. Yeah, we're both off. Sorry, we're both off. So it'll be a lot easier to. It'll be a lot easier to do a case not so late in the evening because it's almost 9 o'clock here.
It is almost 9 o'clock here, and also I slept until 11 o'clock today.
Did you? I slept until 10:45 yesterday. I heard y'all moving around, but I'm like, I ain't getting up. For some reason, my body is like not wanting to fall asleep like it should. Like I went to bed after midnight, and I still got up at 8 to be at work by 9, and I have to be up at 7 to be at work at 8.
Yeah, I couldn't.
I just
woke up at like 11 o'clock in the morning, and anyone who knows me, I don't sleep past 8 o'clock really, 9 o'clock really.
Actually, past 6 o'clock really. Sometimes she's up before that.
Yeah, I'm up super early. I don't know. I think because I have been closing all week, and it has been thing after thing after thing with my closings.
Yeah. When do we have a tea time yet? We haven't really scheduled another tea time.
No.
We had it when we got here.
Yeah.
Which was what, in May?
Yeah.
So we're probably getting.
No, we started one in June.
June, that's right. So we're probably getting close to
a tea time.
Yeah. Maybe at the end of the month before spooky season. So maybe by then we can do a tea time and kind of talk about what we're going to discuss. Which, I forgot to tell everybody. So for my birthday weekend, you notice we're doing this on a laptop. This is actually my laptop. John got me a laptop for my birthday. He also got me a Winnie the Pooh Lego thing for my birthday. And then I bought, regretfully, not realizing how many pieces, 4,837 pieces for the Cinderella castle that I got for myself. Because I have Sleeping Beauty's castle, now Cinderella, and then in December at the end of the year is the Beauty and the Beast castle that I want to get. So, got a lot for my birthday. Next step is for me to get a desk and a chair to put up in our podcast room. But it's going to be a desk like Justin's. So it's going to have like the one and then the tier, the upper level on it. So at some point we can get monitors and be able to do this on computers. But so yeah, so we're doing this from our laptop instead of my phone. Give my phone a break. Because it's probably saying thank you for not doing it on this. Because it's hard to keep my phone charged when you're doing this because there's not really a close enough plug-in. But
She's
hanging herself. Oh, that's wrong.
Don't walk into it.
I
love you, but you're a little thicky. You will get stuck. Oh.
People haven't seen you enough, Willow. It's okay. Slow down. Say hi, everybody. Say hi. Tail in the face.
Tail in the eyeball.
But here. Willow. Look, right here. Here it is. But so we'll definitely keep you all informed.
Yes.
Hopefully by the next tea time. The reason I brought up the laptop is I'm going to, if I can remember to, this Wednesday and Saturday, start doing. I want to do the first live episode of the spooky season on the nursery rhymes. And the hidden meaning behind the nursery rhymes. And then I talked to Abigail about doing a live for spooky season on the music that people use, like every breath you take.
Yeah, like stalking
like
music.
Stalking music. Like what maybe we can listen to some and say, okay, this person would probably use this song while doing it.
Yeah.
Something like that. So that's a couple of things that we got in there to do start off with spooky season. So I got to start getting that going this Wednesday while we're off, so that way I can.
Well, you're off. I'm
get myself prepped. Yeah, she'll be training. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, she'll be at academy. But we love you all. Thank you for all coming. Oh wow, words are hard. Thank you all for coming on here this evening to hang out with us and to listen to this case. Like I say, we'll keep you updated, informed. What do you say, next Wednesday?
Yes.
So the next Wednesday, we should have a little bit more on the case and see what it comes to and the outcome of it all. If it ends by next Wednesday, who knows? Thank you, Thomas, for jumping on here. I think Abba for Life 37 is Angie, but I don't know. If that is, she'll have to just give us a thumbs up so we know that it was her. But we're going to jump off here because I'm tired. It's 9:04. And we will see you guys next Wednesday with an update. All right, guys. See you later.
Bye.
Next time I have my little noisemaker. Dang, I can't believe I didn't have it this time. It would have been perfect.
It would have been.
You're like, what? All right, guys. Love y'all. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.